Hi everyone, this is Ellen and I'm here to tell you a little bit about Pod-o-matic. Pod-o-matic is an online podcasting tool. When you go to pod-o-matic.com, you're going to be asked to create an account. There are a couple different options for a free account or paid accounts. The paid accounts run about $100 a year for the most basic. I set up a free account and it seems to have an okay number of features, but depending on your needs, the paid account might be more useful. So when you log in, this is the screen you see. You have some navigation up at the top for editing your home page. You can search for podcasts by category or by the city that they were created in. Some publishing options. Mini casting, which I'll talk about in a second. The Pod-o-matic seems to be very much a social networking site that's done through podcasting. You can update your status right here. You follow friends, kind of like a Twitter feed, and everything that you create is automatically public. So on your homepage you also have some options for searching podcasts. If you look down here, and these are the most popular ones that you can take a look at. If I scroll up, these are the podcasts that you've most recently created. For me, the look of the homepage is a little busy. I would like to see a little icon or a little shot of what my podcast looks like, but that's not how it's set up. When you're ready to create a new podcast, you click on New Episode. And creating the podcast, the steps are relatively simple. I like the timeline up at the top here that tells you what step you're on. So if I were to title this episode 3, it came up automatically. I just choose save and continue and it automatically jumps me to the next step. For audio and video, you can only choose one file to upload into your podcast. You do not have the option of editing audio or video files together for your podcast, which I think is a negative. And you could upload from the computer, you can record them from a microphone. Same with photos, you can only choose one photo for your podcast. So this to me is another negative. Again, you can upload it from your computer. The media library is basically everything you've uploaded into Pod-o-matic. It saves it for you for easy access later. Tags are for easy searches. Again, it automatically makes your podcast public. So if you want to allow people to search for you, you would use the tags. And then the last step is review and publish. When you're done selecting all your options, Pod-o-matic automatically creates your podcast for you based on what you've chosen. So I'm going to choose save and continue here. And it should automatically bring me to review and publish. And here I have the options. I can publish it right away or I can save it as a draft and publish it later. But no matter what, if I want it to be finished, it is public. Alright, so the minicast option is what I found to be the most useful. Minicast Maker is in the beta version right now, so they're just kind of testing it out. And it seems to me, from what I read on their account, that the minicast is going to be a paid option and it's not necessarily going to stay free. Another negative to the website. Another thing I'm not quite sure about is why they called it a minicast. Mini to me implies that it's smaller and simpler, and it's not. Basically, the minicast is a slideshow set to music. So when you're ready to create your minicast, you first choose your music. So I have some things already loaded into my library. You give it a title, and then you have the option of choosing up to 150 photos. You cannot choose video for this minicast. You can drag and reorder them. You get to choose transitions. You can either choose to have the same transition in between each photo, or you can choose the random, which is just going to kind of randomly choose a transition for you, but you can't decide where each transition goes if you do random. You also choose the seconds per photo, and then you click on the next step. and this is where Podomatic automatically puts your podcast together, or your your slideshow. When I clicked on next step, when I made my mini cast, a little screen came up and it said, "Thank you. This will take between 5 and 20 minutes to format your mini cast." For me, this is way too long. Another negative of the Podomatic, it takes a really long time to format and publish your podcast. So something to consider if you're going to use it, or if you're going to have the kids use it. Patience is a must. So that's Podomatic. Not necessarily something that I would use for myself or for my students, but I'm sure that it is useful for some people out there. And that's it. Thanks for watching.